Okay, so we got a pretty hype matchup today. We've got Gansepackung over on the blue side versus Hydra on the red side. Gansepackung, a well-known top-tier team, known for some pretty interesting strategies, such as an archer player, a very good archer player, I might add, and I hope we see it again today. Any notable players from the Hydra side that you guys know of? What's the stream title? I can't change the stream title.
You can't. You have to.
I don't want to.
Why don't you change it?
Well, that's honestly will probably get more viewers. SH. Yo, Corbin, what do you mean this is ghetto?
Oh my god.
Okay, pretty hype matchup. TJ, do you know any standout players from Hydra you're excited to see perform today?
I'm excited to see Uldon, of course. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. What makes Uldon such a legendary player?
The fact that I don't know anyone else on their team.
Oh, don't call him out like that. Okay, what about Gansepackung?
I've never seen a single one of these.
I don't remember who their archer player is. I remember watching the tournament and watching Gansepackung play, and that archer player, he would shoot like 6 or 7 times at the very start of the round, hit every single shot. God damn, he made Archer look good. And I hope we see that again today. Although I'm not sure if this is a good map for Archer. What were you going to say?
Do you think he's a matchup for Tempest Entity in accuracy?
He's better.
Better, alright.
Better, hands down. This man does not miss. If you see him miss, we'll end the stream.
Alright.
That's my promise to you and the viewers. Holy shit, we got a lot of viewers now. Okay.
Wait, how many y'all?
We got at least 5, probably 10.
You had 21 earlier.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the power of good casting and great gameplay.
Yeah. And a large roster on one team.
Yeah. Okay. What would you, TJ? Who do you expect to be favored coming into this matchup?
I highly think Hydra.
You think Hydra?
Yeah. Just because I don't have a good idea of the skill on the other team, and I don't think an archer will really be the deciding factor in a 5-man melee.
Yep. I mean, we saw in the Astartes versus Forge and Fire, they pulled out the crossbow for a couple of rounds. What happened in the Astartes comms once you saw that crossbow?
You really want to know?
As long as there's no gamer words.
It was a very jovial time. We were very much so laughing. We were more so indifferent, actually. Yep. Like we didn't care because they were already losing melee, so an archer is gonna really help them, and it really hurts them otherwise.
Do you think an archer is ever viable?
It is when your team is winning the melee a lot harder, but they weren't winning the melee, period. So but I guess it hurts them. Now it puts their melee in a 5v4. For
why would you run an archer if you're already winning the melee?
It's just more so poke damage and so win the melee faster. If you're already winning the melee 5v5, if you're stomping them, then in a 4v5, that archer can attack other angles that and poke melee if he's uncontested, because the other team can't pull an archer off because they're already losing melee. If you don't have archer versus archer, then it's gonna be archer versus melee.
Yep. Okay, looks like we're starting this match off. Is that only? Maybe we're starting this. Oh, okay. We're going. We are starting first match. Anything you're hoping to see from either of these teams as far as like loadouts, strategies? Do you guys do anything special on tournament?
What do you mean?
Is there anything? Do you just kind of run through the middle and fight?
No, we have set formations and different game plans.
Strong fire pot coming out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Willard just getting a free kill on Gansepackung. Fire pot just wrecking their formation. And they're just cleaning up.
That fire pot was huge. So that first guy got isolated down, just went downhill.
I mean, that's just not what you want to see with Gansepackung. I don't think that's too representative of Gansepackung's skill. Because that's just a perfect fire pot. So we'll see if they do any changes up in formation. Seeing these accurate fire pots from Willard, and another fire pot separating 4v2 due to that fire pot, and now they're coming in, but they've already hit a TK. That's not what we want to see from Sir Man Boobs. Ooh, brutal, just cleaning up from Hydra. And we see these fire pots, they're breaking up the Goosepack formation right away. What would you recommend Goosepack do to stop this from happening?
Personally, they shouldn't be so keen. If they know the fire pot's gonna come on, they shouldn't. They should be more keen to pretty much stick together and avoid it and kite it until the duration's up, because every team's allowed in one fire pot. So once that's up, then you can re-engage. I don't think they have ever practiced with it or against it, which is why they're kind of getting isolated by it.
Okay. And we see Willard going up for the side. Looks like he's waiting on the fire pot, and he puts it away. Looks like we're not going to see a fire pot this time. Let's see what Goosepack can bring. And we see Silk Goose going into the 1v2, and we see another TK from Goosepack. That's just not what you want to see. When you've got a player committing into that 1v2 and holding his own for long enough, you expect you're getting kills on the other side. But you hope that they're not team kills. What would you like to see from Goosepack?
Just a little bit more synergy. They're kind of just getting isolated off, and they're positioning for ideal switches for the enemy team. Like, the enemies aren't even trying to corral them; they're just corralling themselves. So they can't switch, and then that's how that team damage happens.
Any thoughts on this taking the right side from Goosepack?
Yeah, it's good to switch it off if something's not working. It's better
We
to
see
switch
another
it up.
fire pot, not quite as strong this time. We see a lot of Goosepack trying to punish this 1v3, but really just not landing any of their hits. Oh, and we see Goosepack take 2 kills, but quickly turned the other way by Hydra. Left in a 1v3. This is a rough one for Silk Goose. And we're seeing a little bit of signs of life from Goosepack. They're getting some kills, but I don't know. It's just not quite enough.
And they got the nervous jitters. They just gotta shake that off.
Yep.
Hydra let Killshot in behind their backline, and the support behind him didn't punish at all until way after one of his teammates died.
Well, we see another fire pot from above, and they split. But this time they backpedal and try and keep their formation a little bit more. Oh, but I have no clue. Monixer? I can't say that. He just
Mono.
sweeps through in the 2v2, and they clean up after that. Mono? Good call. Okay. Any thoughts, TJ?
Pretty much the same stuff as before. They just need to figure out something that works, because what they're doing right now ain't working.
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing Willard with these fire pots that are super effective. He climbs up onto the side, get an aerial perspective.
And like, you look at it, and it's just immediately splits the team up. So now that whoever got caught on the fire dies to it, and then now they're taking a 3v2 and a 2v2 on the other side. So it's just kind of gonna snowball down like that. They need to just stick together.
I mean, is that just the easy tip versus fire pots? You stick together and you back off when you see it come out?
Yeah, you just back off, stay together whichever way. If it's behind you, just group up forward. And yeah, you may have to aggress, but they're not throwing it behind them, they're throwing it right in front. Like in the middle, so.
And do you think that just comes with practice? Like, you need to practice against fire pots to have this going?
Yeah, with anything, it's kind of, once you kind of slow down and think about it when it's not like in the middle of the battle, you kind of understand, hey, this is what needs to happen. See, like, they're getting isolated every time.
Yeah.
It's not even like they're losing their It's not even like they're losing their 1v1s or anything. They're just getting 2v1'd over and over because they're down, man.
Yep. I mean, these fire pots, I think it's clear that if Goosepack is taking home anything from this first game, they need to work on their positioning. What if then there's nothing else you would say to them, like, hey, we're coming in the next round. When we see this fire pot, just back up. That's easy as that.
Yeah, because many teams, even the Stardies, we had issues with brought in the beginning on what to do with them, but you know, we scrim with them and scrim against them, and you know, go over drill what to
Yep.
do when you see it, how to be aware of where your team is, so you know you don't split off.
Yep. Wow, you guys try a lot harder in your practices than VeggieTales. SMH.
Oh boy. All right. Oh,
I did say at the start that Goosepack does have a top tier archer, and I don't know what his name was. But I think tournament is a really bad map for archers. That was tournament, right?
that's Tourney. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's a really bad match for archers. Is Pit a good enough map for archers that you think if they have an archer player, they could play it here?
I think this map's a great map for archers overall, and just because of all the different angles you can have and
Yeah.
all the different positions where they have to pretty much path to you, so you have extra time. It's not more of a straight line to you. They have to navigate the terrain, which gives
Yep.
you more time to get shots off.
Yep. So you think if they're gonna pull out the archer, this is the map to do it?
I believe so. Yeah, they could have pulled it out on Tourney, really, but I just think they're losing melee too hard to have that, you know, luxury. And archer isn't going to make the difference. They're already playing a 4v5 because of that fire pot.
I mean, they're getting experience playing the 4v5 for when they break out the archer.
Yeah, right.
You gotta look at it from a pot. Get off of this camera, Stabby. This is awful. SMH. Okay, I don't see overlay. SMH. I want to say it's Sir Man Boobs that's the archer. That man, he lands every shot. If there was an aim hacker,
Alright.
And we're live. No, we're not quite live. I think. Yeah, we're not live yet. What do you mean you're not watching the stream, Six Cheeks? Why are you in the chat if you're not watching the stream? I want to know from the archer expert that is Six Cheeks. Is Pit the map to break out an archer if you want to play one in a 5v5 skirmish? Six Cheeks says yes. There you have it from probably a bottom 5 archer in North America. And we see another fire pot breaks off into a 2v3 and a 3v2. Oh, and they lose their 3v2 faster. They not getting any picks in their 3v2 and losing the 2v3 very fast.
I don't know why they feel the need to just rush past the fire. They're not even aggressing with that fire. Just back up.
Yep. This is rough. You see this team losing to the same strategy and not adapting.
Yeah.
That's kind of rough. And you see they're not dropping down. That is interesting. Is this a delay of game sitting up there? I'm not a ref. And Red is letting them enter through the middle. That is something I was told by Yang Gang himself to never let happen. This time, split again. This time it's a 3v3 and a 2v2, and they lose the 2v2 and the 3v3. That's just rough. That's rough to see.
Alright, man.
Oh, we see 2 kills. Is this winnable? Oh, the War Axe popping off. Oh, not quite enough. That's just a top tier performance right there. That almost won them the round with that one player. Cameraman, can we get a focus on that on Rorschach? That's not Rorschach. This is some Papega camera work. Okay, this standout player for Goosepack right here. If Goosepack is gonna... What is this camera? If Goosepack is gonna win it, it's gonna be off of this War Axe. Oh, and he commits... I don't like seeing this. I don't like seeing when your team is losing and you commit to the 1v1. I don't think you win like that. I think if you're losing and you're behind and you think your team is not winning the 5v5, you can't go off and duel because your team's gonna lose the 4v4. You gotta focus. You gotta settle down and you gotta focus on your team fight. TJ, any comments?
Yeah, he's kind of, that's what I was saying earlier. He's not even being corralled really. He's just corralling himself in that corner because I guess he's so focused on winning that 1v1.
Yeah.
That he's not pretty much focusing on the team effort. That it's a team game.
We see it break off into 3v3 and a 2v2. This time a little more static, not as quite as fast, but then Hydra pulls ahead. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Every fight, it's a 3v3 or a 3v2. and it's just split on even side, split between the teams. I don't know. I haven't seen any 5v5s.
No,
Maybe that's what Goosepack needs. Maybe they need to switch it up. Wait out the fire, back up, and then just straight up 5v5. Keep as a team.
Yeah.
You see some interesting positioning coming out from Goosepack, taking the bridge, and it looks like one player on Hydra is willing to battle it out up there, but he won't. Everyone dropping down. Hydra just waiting for them to approach in the middle. Oh, we see a fire pot. What a clean split again. Every time. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. And we see Goosepack, they're trying for the switches. They're just not quite connecting. I mean, you're not in these 3v3s and 2v2s, you're not seeing dual boy mentality like you might see from a player like TJ. You're seeing a lot of switches, but they're just Hydra's actually landing theirs. That's the difference. TJ, any comments?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't see enough switches, or I see switches where they're kind of switching into their teammates.
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, you've definitely seen that a lot. Oh, Willard punished for the fire pot. Fire pot doesn't land on anything. Goosepack breaking through the lines, getting the first pick for the first time in this series. Oh, they're pulling ahead. It's a... Oh, no, a TK! Oh, no, this is not what you want to see. Evened up due to a TK and a death. Hold on, down to one hit. Oh, and he... Oh, no. Oh, no, it looks so good for Goosepack, and then they drop a TK. Oh, that's not what you want to see. That's got to be devastating for morale. TJ?
I haven't seen this big of a throw since VeggieTail ganking versus Hero. Oh man.
Interesting enough, VeggieTail's gang has not dropped a scrim to his starties.
I don't know about that, but that roster used to be you know, used to 7-0
and then you lost
VeggieTail gang.
SMH.
Oh damn, unfortunate.
Okay, let's focus on the match of the century right here. Goosepack. Oh, TK from Hydra, is that enough? Not quite. And now it's a 1v4. Is this winnable? TJ? No, it is not.
I think the match speaks for itself. Sorry. One of them is playing with like 200 ping right now.
On Goosepack or Hydra?
On Goosepack.
Oh, that's a shame. Right now, I just want to see Goosepack at least try the Archer. Their Archer player is top tier. If they do not try the Archer, I'm going to hop in their Discord and ask them, what the hell were you thinking? You have the best Archer in North America. Why are you not using him? But I don't think Contraband is a good Archer map. Maybe I'm wrong. We saw Forge and Fire break out the Archer on this, but I don't know. It didn't look like enough. There's not quite enough space.
Yeah, small of a map, too many straight shot lanes.
Yep. It's a shame. You really hope that for Goosepack to come back into this. I mean, you see when they don't get hit by the fire, these melee fights are a lot closer. I don't think they're completely outclassed here, despite these previous showings. But I mean, if they can just avoid these fire pots, they have a chance. And oh man, that was their War Axe player too. That's unfortunate. 200 ping, and I know Goosepack is not a small team. They have at least 12 players on their roster. It's kind of disappointing to see them bring out someone not playing on great ping and not just subbing them out.
Things happen.
Yep.
People's lives.
I mean, I shouldn't speculate on team dynamics on the inside. Well, just wait until teams collapse, and then you can make memes about them. Yeah, we see just dancing around the pillar here. We see kill shot from Goosepack, push behind the lines, but get stuck in a 1v1. Oh, and the 4v4 between Goosepack and Hydra, they just crumble. I don't know. It's a shame to see. If you get behind enemy lines, I don't think you want to stick into that duel. I think you want to duel with the mentality that I'm going to switch as soon as possible. TJ, any comments?
Yeah, especially if you're in the back line, but if they don't do that and they can't get those switch drops to help your team, then essentially what's the point of you being there?
one thing I would like to see from Goosepack right about now is a lot of people to take friendly. I'm seeing a lot of TK hits from them. This is unfortunate. And we see Hydra gets the first pick like they do almost every round, and then they just sweep up.
I feel like they're so concerned with trying to just deal damage generally, though they don't have a issue with cleaving their own team.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, is there anything you would say to a player on your team that is TKing a lot? Like, hey, settle down? Is there?
Yeah, of course. You know, you always want to drill that sort of stuff out.
And we see
No.
this time they're backing off, but they still lose an early pick, and then they just get surrounded. Oh, just getting run over. It feels like too little too late. They're finally backing off of the fire pot, but at this point, I mean, it's really hard to come back, right? You're down 2-0. You're getting run over. I mean, it's hard to, as a team, get that mentality that, hey, we can win this.
Yeah,
Let's
morale's
finish
already.
this out. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure morale's already gone.
I mean, there are players out there that are gonna play at top form regardless of the score, and you're great to have, right?
Yeah, of course, but
That is definitely not everyone. That is the exception as opposed to the rule. And we see, I mean, just time and time. Oh, and another TK. Oh no. Oh no. In the 2v5, when one of the two dies to a TK, that's just a shame to see.
yeah, none of them are really playing with confidence anymore.
Yeah.
Too quick to just back.
Yep. I mean, do you have any problems with their loadouts? Do you like the two spears? Is there something that you think if you were the captain of this team, you would say, hey, we got to change right now to get them back in? Do you think a loadout change would help their
I
mentality?
don't think a loadout change would help them, and teams run, different strats, and they practice with different things, and people are comfortable with different weapons. But I don't know. I just feel like they're mechanically right now getting outclassed because they're not confident enough anymore.
Yeah. Which it didn't feel like that in the first map. It did not feel like this was a team that couldn't fight back.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like a team that is getting destroyed by fire pots, sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, you see it every time. You see them get the first pick, and then they just sweep through. What is there something that they have to do to not lose the first kill? Is there something about the positioning that's exposing them, or are they just making bad switches?
A lot of it's positioning because it prevents a lot of their team from switching onto their targets properly. That's how a lot of team damage is happening. They're switching on to where teammates are essentially switching into their teammates' back.
Yeah.
Because teammates too concerned with the duel and not with where being aware of where your teammate is. To kind of set up a fight for a switch.
We see a lot of EU meta in this last round. A lot of just 1v1s. The fire breaking everything up, making it a little chaotic. And then we just see a bunch of 1v1s going on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a shame to see. Goosepack is. I'm hoping they're gonna bounce back this weekend. I know they're capable of it, and I think. I don't know. I just want to see. I want to see the Archer pop off. It's a shame. It's a shame. I can't believe the Archer didn't show up. But I did tell you, if he misses a shot, we'll end the stream. He did not miss a shot. Let the record show. Thank you for joining this cast on short notice, TJ. Glad to have your expert feedback in here. I know we reached out some other people, Six Cheeks, but they weren't willing to join SMH. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need in here. Shtabbe, you want to say a few words?
Honestly, great match between the two teams. But,
Shut the fuck up, Shtabbe.
What the fuck? Alright, I'm ending the
So
stream.
our
This is not a
casting
caption
trio
editing
was
talk.
TJ322 on the expert analysis, me on the Mort on the play-by-play, and Shtabbe, the silent cameraman, and he's best as silent.
Okay, that's toxic.
Thanks
Alright,
everyone for tuning
thanks
in.
for watching.